we always ask authors to make sure they really truly understand their target audience. So as long as you're pulling that information in your website, you're talking about your books, the fact that this AI was able to crawl that page, which is just a starting website, and pull this together, showing all of the different personas and your target audience, just blew me away for sure. Welcome, everybody. My name is April Cox. If this is your first time here, welcome. Glad to have you. This is my Marketing Monday session we do each week to help authors move forward with being able to market their books. It's part of my Self-Publishing Made Simple Mastermind program. And today I have a really special treat for you. I have, as you know, I am a bit of a geek and do a lot of AI research, and I'm always looking for great tools that will help authors with writing, with editing and updating books. Also tools that are going to help us with some of the mundane tasks that we have to do and things we don't really like to have to do ourselves. And one of them is marketing. Book marketing is one of the biggest challenges that most of my authors face. And so I was searching through some AI tools that were currently highlighted in a newsletter that I follow, and I found one that just really blew me away. And so luckily, when I contacted them and I asked some questions, we got a dialogue started. And before you know it, I had a guest speaker for today. So I want to introduce you to Tarun Jain.
Thank you for inviting us. I'm Tarun. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Waxwing. So the company is called Waxwing. The website is waxwing.ai. I also have my co-founder and CTO Samarth on the call. So yeah, here is Samarth. Hey, Samarth, you can say hi.
Hey everyone, Samarth here.
Yeah, we just launched a product last month and we just did our beta launch on Product Hunt like last week. So we are pretty early, we are pretty new. We have been building this product for almost a year now before we just launched. I have been a growth marketer for almost 10 years. I have mostly been working with global SaaS startups, pretty much in the tech companies. And we used to, I'm very used to doing their acquisition, activation, referral, revenue, and look throughout the growth funnel. So pretty much a marketer for the last 10 years. While my co-founder, he is an AI researcher. So he has worked at companies like Samsung, LG, and most recently he was working at Microsoft. So yeah, and then we both just started last year and started building this product for marketing teams. So our tool is supposed to help any marketer from ideation to planning to execution of their marketing projects. So right now it really helps a lot with ideation, like coming up with ideas of what to do, and then also telling you what to do and how to do it best. Like it breaks it down into tasks and gives you a guides. And then of course you have access to, a chat GPT like interface as well to, continue with the content creation if needed. Now, the next step would be to help more with the execution of tasks, which requires other tools like Facebook or Instagram, etc. But that's something in the pipeline. Yeah, that's a quick summary. I will, of course, show you the product and how I think it can help you guys.
Yeah. First of all, when I started going in and using it, I found it to be really easy to pull things together. I pointed it towards my Self-Pub Made Simple website, and I was just so overwhelmed with all of the information it could gather just by crawling my website and giving me all these ideas and things and showing me my target audience and all of this stuff. And then I said, oh, let me just go jump in, and I ended up running it for one of my authors, Leslie Flanagan, and I pointed it to her very simple author website, which is one that has recently launched with a handful of books, and it was as equally as impressive. So I will love to just give you an opportunity to go through it and use it. Show us, what it was created for, and maybe just do a little bit of a demo while we gather some questions along the way.
Sounds good. So I'll share my screen. So what I did is after you sign up, you will see a dashboard like this. So that's the starting point. When you're signing up, it will ask you for a website,
And
right?
right
So
now it's free, right? To free trial at this point.
it is a free trial for like 7 days. Like that's what we provide right now. It's a free trial for 7 days. You can make as many AI calls as you want. So you guys can all try it out. So the starting point for our tool right now is a website. So like I have taken another two websites. One is the Blue Collar Books from Michael and Leslie's. So let's see both of them what our tool can do. So after it crawls the website, the starting point for any AI is the context that you give to the AI. So that's what stays in the intelligence tab. So in the intelligence tab is where you will find all the things that our AI is able to gather from your URL. And then this is what we will use for all the marketing ideas and plans. So let's say it has created a few user personas for Blue Collar Books. Like, okay, somebody called Mark, who is in offshore installation, oil and gas, has a bachelor's in petroleum. These are his goals. These are his frustrations. So the target audience is basically young children, particularly those with parents employed in the offshore and oil and gas sector. The book aims to provide comfort and understanding to children coping with their parents' absence due to work
So
commitments.
I just want to stop for a second. So Michael, all this came through by just pointing this tool at your website.
Yeah. I mean, that's it. All this
That-
is 100% that. I mean, that is
That's your target audience.
my avatar is me, but yeah, that's me.
Yep, exactly. And there's multiple avatars because I know when I did it for myself and for Leslie, we came up with multiple ones. And there you go. Here you are.
Yeah, so I mean, someone who is a stay-at-home mom and would want to, provide emotional support and comfort to her children while their father is away. That's also your audience who you want to sell the book to.
Absolutely.
And the person 3 is, again, a drilling engineer. His goal is staying connected with family and friends while he's on long work rotations, etc.
It shows their challenges, their frustrations. Yeah. When I saw this, I was just like, wow, how it just went to my website. It got all of this information. And we always ask authors to make sure they really truly understand their target audience. So as long as you're pulling that information in your website, you're talking about your books, the fact that this AI was able to crawl that page, which is just a starting website, and pull this together, showing all of the different personas and your target audience, just blew me away for sure.
So, I mean, yeah, this is like just the starting point for you. Like, then you have something called project insights. So this is where I would suggest everyone like verify this information once. If you think something is wrong or you can make it better, you can edit this information. So, here's the business summary. Like, okay, Blue Collar Books is a children book publisher specializing in stories that celebrate and represent blue collar professionals. So your mission, etc. And again, all of this is AI generated, and you can edit it. Like, who is your buyer persona? They're likely parents, particularly fathers working in offshore oil and gas. The industry, the key product features, where it says when daddy goes to work on an oil rig. This is the book, I believe. It's a children's picture book. So if anything is like wrong, you should edit it here, because whatever information is here will be used for everything else in the AI. And you can just, anything you want to change or write yourself, you can just write whatever you want. So you can add your stuff here. Here you also have an option to, give it extra information. So let's say, I want to put pricing for my book, let's just say $99 for now. And you can just add a card. So again, anything you store here as the information about your business or your book will be used by AI. So the more information you have here, the better our AI is at giving you ideas for marketing. One more option here is to upload documents. So if you don't have it on a URL, but you have maybe created a Google Doc or a Word document with your target audience or anything that you've written about your business, you can just upload that file here and ask our AI, okay, from this document, extract this thing and store it here. So that's what you can do here. So once you have done this, once you have some basic intelligence here, one is you can have your own projects. You might already be thinking about, let's say, hey, I want to create a Facebook page for my book. Let's say this is already a task you have already thought you will be doing. So you can add that as a task. That's one way of using our tool. Or the other is you are like looking for ideas. So then you have this brainstorm with AI section on the top. So here you can talk to our AI and tell it, hey, give me some ideas for Instagram ads, or give me some ideas like, Michael, do you have anything you want to ask our AI at this point? Like how to do this, or I want to do, it could
I
be as simple, I want to increase sales of my books.
really coming up with different topics to post on different social medias, Facebook, Instagram, that type of stuff. That'd be
Okay.
wonderful to get ideas on that.
The other thing I discovered the other day when I was playing around with it is you can also have set up your Instagram with it, and it'll show you how to set up your Instagram nicely with even the emojis and everything else. It gives you like a nice bio section, which I needed that because I'm not very good at that. And most people aren't quite sure like what to put in their bio. So it does a great job of because it knows your target audience, it can generate that for you as well.
So, you can do Instagram storybook series. You can do an offshore heroes UGC content campaign. You can do an interactive guess the job quiz. So these are some ideas it's giving you for as a project of what you can do as educational content. So this is what you can, let's say, okay, you want to actually do a guess the job quiz, right? You want to run that quiz on that. So you can click on generate plan. And now it will start generating a plan, step-by-step plan of how do you go about, doing it. So at this stage, it asks you some questions, which you can skip. If you give it more answers, the planning gets better. And if you answer like, okay, my primary user acquisition channel, if you already have been doing it for a while, and you say most of my customers comes from Instagram or Goodreads, let's say, just as an example. And you can just save it here and it will get stored again in intelligence for future use. So by asking these questions, we are actually storing more information for future marketing plans.
The more information we give it, the smarter it gets about how best to accomplish the marketing of our book.
So there are two ways now. Let's say, one of the tasks you were was this interactive guess the job quiz. One is the create Facebook page. So yeah, right now it's generating a plan for you. So yeah, I mean, it will give you a step-by-step guide of, how to go about this guess the job quiz, engaging your minds on Instagram. This is the objective. These are the, step-by-step guide. And what I like to do at this point after here is it tells you the tools and resources you will use, use the Instagram story features like polls, quizzes, and question stickers. For graphic design, you can use Canva or Photoshop. If you use any of the social media planning tool, you can use these. But again, at this point also, you might have a lot of questions like, okay, how do I do this or how do I do that? I'll just let it generate a bunch of tasks. Sometimes it takes a while. Okay, let's start with a chat. So this is marketing GPT, and here you can ask it any questions now. So the only thing is like once you come to marketing GPT from within a task like this one, it already knows the context of what you're doing. So you are planning a quiz. It already knows that. So you don't have to tell it again. You can just ask it, okay, give me a draft. And that should be enough for it to actually generate a draft for a quiz for you. Let's see what it gives.
One of the things I really like also is that your prompt library down there does a really nice job of giving me things to be able to go in and do and
like bio
fill
for
in the
Instagram.
blanks. Yeah, bio for Instagram and personalized SEO. So here it's got the prompt already, and you can just fill in the information and then submit the prompt, and then it generates it for you. So I would love to work with you, Tarun, and maybe we could even come up with some other types of things that authors are going to be looking for and incorporate some of those into the prompt library.
Yeah, I mean, for sure we can. I mean, yeah. So here is like, a draft for your Instagram story. So your visual would be an eye-catching graphic with Blue Collar Books logo and the title Guess the Job. Your text would be calling all curious kids. Do you ever wonder what your parents do when they work offshore? Poll would be, are you ready to play? With yes, and let's go. And then yeah, clue one, photo of a worker and this. So it gave you exactly the idea of what you should do. And you can freely ask it any question you want at this point. I mean, it also breaks it down to task of how do you go about actually doing something. Like, it breaks down into like, okay, storyboard the quiz and design, but you can always ask our AI as well. And I think you had a question before was like, you just want some topics to be posting on Instagram, right?
Right.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that was a great example right there, though.
I
And
want
I
some
love the
sort of-
step by step. How do you actually?
Yes, and I
accomplish
like,
that?
yeah, I really enjoyed the fact that it's kind of integrated as project management too. You can assign, you and your team, if you've got multiple people working with you, you can assign it, have a list of tasks and who's going to do what in your planning for your book marketing, which is kind of cool.
So yeah, I mean, here is more. So again, you can keep asking it and keep talking to our AI as much as you want to get more ideas. But yeah, it's also a project management tool, as April just said. So if this is the task, you can invite your team from here. So just add people, as many people as you want from here. They will all get access to the tool, and then you can just assign it, to them. Okay, let's say, okay, I will be doing this task.
One of the things that it recommended that I consider for my self-publishing made simple is an interactive roadmap that people could click on different topics and then jump into exactly the information that they need. So I added that, and then I went on to Fiverr and I'm like, okay, I'm looking for an interactive roadmap. So I've got a task, I've got people actually working on creating that interactive roadmap for me. It's a
Oh, wow.
great brainstorming ideas, and I can, assign and figure out what the deadline is and the impact to my business. When you think about these, it's not just about marketing, it's about your business, right? Because some of what you're going to do is about is publicity, it's marketing, it's branding your business, and it's getting publicity or building expertise that you can really demonstrate through the marketing efforts that you're doing. And all of this kind of puts it all in one place, which I really like. I also love the strategies section. I found a lot of things there that I didn't expect to appreciate so much.
So, I mean, yeah, we have a lot of things. So we actually spend a lot of time collecting strategies that have worked for others. So again, it's more from e-commerce and SaaS companies. It's coming from that approach. So we never really thought about book publishing, but now we will. So probably we'll find some strategies that are very specific to this industry. But yeah, I mean, a lot of these you can filter with SEO. I think SEO is something everybody needs.
Well,
Filter
one of
and
the things that I
yeah.
did with myself and with Leslie's, and this might be good for Michael's as well, is the reverse psychology copy. I thought that was really interesting. And so maybe you can explain a little bit about what this does, but actually generating the copy. And it was really interesting, and it will absolutely work very well for her.
Yeah, I mean, we can do it for Michael as well. I mean, yeah, it's a standard marketing strategy that you use reverse psychology in all your copies, and you can just, one click if you like this and you want to make a plan. So yeah, we'll create a plan and then we will. So the workflow is very simple. You write your project idea, you make a plan, and then you talk to a GPT for any other question for generating content or asking it how to do it with tools or anything else you can think of. So that's what our product does right now. And the next step is actually that you had to go to Fiverr, but in the future you would not have to go to Fiverr, because we will, try to implement execution of projects on our platform itself. So yeah, I mean, it creates again a guide.
It kind of is focusing on, this book isn't for parents who shy away from honest conversations with their children. If you're looking for a generic bedtime story, this isn't for you. Like that kind of reverse psychology copy. I never thought about that for our books, but it does, and it also noticed the $99 price tag and you knew that it was a lot of money for a book, right? But it's a small price for strengthening your connection with your child. Like, I just love how it came up with these different things. And you can have that turned into, different articles and different SEO, and, ChatGPT already does a lot of help with persuasive ad copy and a blog post and different things you can do to also take everything that it already knows about you and your target audience and create things that are going to attract people, and so that they'll be able to better find you on your website.
Yeah, I mean, that's the idea. I mean, yeah. So if you like reverse psychology, you go into it and you then start talking and whatever you need. So this book isn't for everyone. It's for the families who face unique challenges. It's for the parents who want to have honest conversations, and it's for the children who deserve to feel understood and loved. If that resonates with you, then your book title, Bedtime So You've Been Searching For.
This is great because like people like us that don't know the tips, tricks, tactics of
Right.
marketing. If you have all these strategies under the strategies thing that outline what we do, and then we press a button and it gives us an example, that helps so
Yes.
much. Even
Yeah.
even if we read about this, we would still have to figure it out, and find examples and then figure out how our story would fit in that example. This just does it for you. This is
Yes. Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, we keep adding strategies here as we find them. We of course have like broken it down into funnels and stuff, like what is helps you with. So yeah, I mean there are actually 500 plus strategies here, so that's a lot for you to go through.
But you can
Uh,
also filter them by your goal, right?
yeah. So like you want to look at some revenue or activation or acquisition, and again, their gamification, onboarding strategies, sign up strategies, copy related strategies. I think copy is the one that you're looking. So there's reverse psychology, there's four walls copy technique, incentivized account signups. There's so much optimized hero section copy. So yeah, there's a lot of strategies here as well. But if you are like don't want to read, you can always brainstorm with it. Just ask AI that, hey, I want some copy related strategies. So
Yeah.
this is a personalized approach, like if you ask it for questions here, but you have both options available. Yeah, you can just browse our database or ask AI, or create your project and just ask marketing GPT.
Yeah, what would be really nice is if the strategies would actually be customized with all the information that it already knows, come up
Yeah.
with those strategies that are unique and specific, like, oh, based on what I know about your business, these are some of the most important strategies, or you could go and choose from all of the strategies we have available.
Yeah.
That could be really helpful.
That's a great idea. I think we should also filter this out based on what we already know, which
Mhm.
we right now don't. So right now this is just our database, but yeah, in the future I think we will also filter them out based on what's only relevant to you.
Yeah, and if you go click on newsjacking, that was one I went to and I checked out. It's like the third row there. Yeah. I was like, oh, what is that? And let's see what it's going to do for Michael.
It's also telling you to create alerts for keywords like these. So like you will get an alert if there's like a spike in search for terms like these, or
Yeah.
if people start searching something similar to these terms on Google, you will get an alert. So set up some monitoring systems. That's how you identify these newsjacking opportunities, right? And so yeah, you should do social media monitoring. Again, you can ask of tools and of course news. So there are steps to do it properly. So as a marketer who works for big company, like you want to do it properly. But yeah, I mean, you can just also, if you already have some ideas like, hey, this is currently happening, just give me copy. Again, the same thing, you can just ask marketing GPT of
Mhm.
like,
And I like this, what keywords should I target? That is something that's very useful for writing a script for a TikTok video. There's a lot, and the way that it directed me to go through things, and it highlighted a bunch of keywords that I should be bidding on for Google, things like that. We can also take that information and adjust it for our Amazon ads and, keywords on setting up our book as well. It
yeah, I
also
mean,
does a great job with hashtags as well.
you can also create a project for Amazon specifically, like how you want to optimize Amazon landing pages, and then, go talk to it. So again, just think of like a project in mind and then go deeper into it, because it helps our AI also think, the deeper you go into a project, our AI also gets specialized. So if you start focusing on Amazon, then it will think about Amazon.
So maybe you could walk us through in a few minutes on how we might do that, because that is definitely something that would be helpful.
So let's say, your project is to, optimize the Amazon landing page for my book. So you can just write it as a task. So like, how your to-do list, how you make a
Yeah.
to-do list, put it down here. You go inside it, So once you're inside, you can actually ask it to generate a plan. So right now it's all empty because you just wrote it. So you can click here, generate plan, and you can say, okay, write a guide for me. So now it will generate a guide for you.
And I saw that checklist was an option as well, right?
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how well it knows Amazon and what we're supposed to do to optimize our book page. That could be really interesting.
So yeah, I mean, once you generate this guide and it also becomes extra information for our AI. So it's like, it's like a chain of thought. Like once our AI has written this down here, it is taking it into higher consideration. Okay, that I have to follow this guide. So yeah, there is keyword research and optimization. There is compelling product images and video. You have to craft engaging product description, leverage A+ content, and yeah, encourage reviews and ratings, pricing strategy. This
Pretty accurate with everything that I would tell my students that they should be doing.
yeah, and then advertising and then monitoring. And then at this point, I would go and ask, marketing GPT to, let's say we wanted to give me a draft or product description. So just by doing this, it now understand you're working on your Amazon, optimizing your Amazon landing page, and it knows the guide, and now you're asking it for product description. And yeah, it has given you multiple options. One is to focus on emotional connection. One is to focus on highlighting the benefits and educational value. One is concise and intriguing. Yeah, and then you can ask it, no, I don't like it. So you can tell it, hey, I don't like anything. So again, treat it as you would another, marketer. Like if you like it, you tell it you like it. If you don't like it, just tell it what you don't like and it will generate for you.
When I contacted Tarun and we started talking about this, he said, oh, I didn't think anybody would use it for book marketing, but that's kind of interesting. And so now that we've connected, we have decided to follow up and continue to go through some of the use cases and things that authors need so that he can also incorporate some of that into the tool. So please do share your requests and your ideas, because I think this could make the tool just, so far it's one of the best that I've seen at pulling marketing together. And this is just one of many ways we can use it.
Yeah, I'm already interested. What's going to be the subscription model after the 7-day trial?
So right now we were like doing $19 per month for individuals. So that's our current pricing. I am not sure. Again, we thought of SaaS tech companies as our ICP. So I would love to chat and understand with you guys on the pricing. I don't know if you guys have team, but we generally sell to like individuals and teams. And this is our current pricing. But again, we are also exploring this space of book publishing now. So we'd love to talk to you
Yeah,
guys and
so we'll talk about special pricing for April's group.
For sure.
And we'll keep going with this. This is amazing.
I thought you said you wanted to integrate more that the model doing the projects for you in the future. I saw how you can upload different PDFs, what have you. Could you consider, especially for us authors, letting us upload images, and it could integrate images into the whatever it's making, a social media post or what have you?
The two things. One is you uploading an image and our AI being able to understand the image.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and then helping you ideate. And the second is then our AI making the image or doing some changes to the image for you. So the second part is a little harder for us right now, which is generating images and especially changing images that you might already have. A lot of big companies are working on that. We will integrate with whoever does it best. But for now, yes, you can upload an image and it will understand an image. Even an MP4 you can upload. Let me just see. Yeah, this product hunting. So you can upload image and, talk to it with all the information it has about your business along with the image, whatever you know. So like, I'll just ask it for a summary right now, summary of the image. Yeah, so it can understand images, it can extract information from images, but yeah, right now it cannot generate images. I think we will start generating basic images like DALL-E or other, image generation software soon.
And when we went into search engine optimization, when I did that for my own, I asked, what are the things I needed to do? And then I had it writing some blog posts that really focused on those search engines, keywords that my competitors are using and are already ranked for. So yeah, I just found that there's so much potential with this.
Is it capable to help guide us for, like, when we're approaching somebody, a client for bulk orders?
Ah, pitches.
So let's say you want ideas of how to find bulk publisher, like bulk buyers. Like, are you looking for ideas of how do I find them, or you are more interested like I have found them, but what do I say to them, or what do I email to them, or what should be my pitch?
Both.
Okay, so yeah, that's
Like
it.
you can
You
find them
start.
and then know how to pitch to them.
Yeah. So again, same thing. If you're looking for projects, so there's like lead generation. You can generate leads of these bulk buyers. And again, I can start an open-ended question here, or I can create a project here. Like, my acquiring leads of bulk buyers. That could be one way of doing it. I create a task, or again, I can brainstorm with AI on some ways of, how do I acquire more bulk buyers for my book. So it's as simple, yeah, like if that's the question, you just ask it and let's see, it should give us some project ideas.
And on your example across there, you show like the priority date and you show the number of hours. Is that priority date something that we're putting in that we feel that it's, or that's the date it's giving us, it's going to take you 20 days in order for you to accomplish this? I don't understand the date thing that's listed on there.
So yeah, I mean, it's also doubles down as a project management tool. So whenever you create, like our AI generates the project for you, it kinds of puts all these things down, like a KPI, like deadline we are not doing. You can, of course, you can change this. You can change everything here. It's
So it's
just like
kind of a
something as
default,
design.
Tina, that lets you go and modify it. That's what I'm understanding here, right, Tarun?
Yeah, that's what it is. But we are trying to guess the best, how much time we think or our AI thinks it's going to take you to do this.
When you have that example there with the $200, are you saying if you do the following thing, it's probably going to average you $200 for advertising? Is that what you mean by that?
So right now we are estimating it based on this effort, how much it will cost if you were to hire a freelancer to do this or something like that. Like, so it's an estimate on the, if you were to outsource this task, or if someone had to do this task for you, this is our cost estimate for this particular project. So right now it's not like very accurate. We are working on this to make it accurate because this is what will open up the execution for us. Like if we're able to accurately predict how much it's gonna cost, we can actually get it done for you through Fiverr or Upwork or other platforms. This is coming from a prioritization techniques like impact, confidence, and effort is a ICE prioritization technique that a lot of marketers use to prioritize which task or which project to do first, because there are 10,000 things you could be doing. So that's why we give this impact, confidence, and effort, so you can prioritize which one to do first. I'll go back to this. We just asked it for some bulk ideas. So it has given you some like offshore family book club kits. You can be making kits, collaboration with children book subscription boxes, gift of connection holiday campaign, school initiatives. So I think, yeah, schools might be one of your bulk buyers or stuff. So if you like any of these projects, like, hey, okay, I kind of like it.
If we were to say number one, that first one, offshore companies, would it know enough to be able to go and find contact information for us to be able to reach out to them or list them?
It won't be able to find the contact information.
It might be able to search the web and actually do that. You
Search
can
the
try
web
from
for you.
we can try that.
That would be amazing. I already had that idea. So that would be amazing to have contact information.
Yeah, let's try that. I mean, yeah, again, it's AI. There's no harm in trying. Takes 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the bulk book program for offshore companies. Again, it will create a guide of how would you go about doing this, creating this program for them.
I really like how user-friendly this is. Whoever designed the user interface did a really nice job with it. Really nice. Very well done. Please, my compliments to the chef.
Thank you so much. I'll pass that on to our designer. Yeah, I mean, you want to develop a tiered pricing structure. So like, 100 plus, 500 plus, 1,000 plus books, what would be the tiers pricing? Of course, you want to ensure profitability while offering competitive rates, branding this, so outreach and marketing. So this would be a specific task where you actually then start doing your outreach and marketing for this.
But it knows
So-
enough to say, let's make sure that you've done your homework first ahead before you start reaching out, have some of these other things completed first.
So you should give them customization options with their company branding, little bit of personalized content,
Very
and education
smart.
resources like guides, activity sheet or something, that you have to make. So it's giving you a proper plan of how to do it properly as a project. And then of course you always have, the marketing GPT, which you can ask. So there's a bug here which we'll fix, but which is not generating task, but yeah.
The one that I went through earlier was Leslie Flanagan.
Yeah, that one I
.com.
already created a workspace.
Yeah, so that
Mm.
workspace shows the types of books and the type of target audience that she has, which is really amazing. It has all of the different interests of your target audience.
Friendship, overcoming challenges, self-acceptance. Yeah, age group 4 to 8. I think,
Yep.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Sorry, we couldn't call that website, but we will fix that very soon. Again, for now, like I think you asked us something to do with MailChimp, like setting up your funnel on MailChimp is your task. So if that is your task, like you just write setting up a funnel on MailChimp and you assign it to yourself. And then again, the same thing. I spelled funnel wrong, but yeah, I mean, if you need help with something specific, like you want a task, like a step-by-step guide of how to do it, you can ask us for that. You can ask for a checklist. Let's generate a checklist. And again, you have marketing GPT here so our tool kind of understands all the marketing tools. So MailChimp is one of them. So
Is
you can ask it some specific questions if you want.
If it does do a guide, is it able to allow me to download that guide, or do I have to copy and paste it?
Yeah, right now it's copy paste. We haven't like given any features for download. But
Okay.
yeah, if our users ask us like that's what they want, I mean, then we will probably build that feature. So
Mhm.
like that's the stage we are at, where we are still like getting user feedback and deciding what feature to build next. So like as Michael asked for image generation capabilities, or somebody else is asking us for, go deeper into some specific strategies. People want to upload documents that we are not supporting. So yeah, I mean, based on user request, we keep prioritizing new features, keep building it out. But yeah, right now only copy paste.
Does it do a good job at being able to do what works better on, say, like LinkedIn versus Facebook versus Instagram? Like LinkedIn generally wants this long format story type thing, and then it does a good job recognizing what works well on what platforms and stuff like that.
So yeah, I mean, as long as you have mentioned the platform, either when you were creating the task. So again, that's the thing with AI. Like, it really helps if you like help it through the process of like, hey, I'm doing it for TikTok, I'm doing this thing for LinkedIn. Then if you generate a guide, when it's thinking about the guide, it kind of factors in this fact that it should be long form content, it should be more professional. And then when you ask it to generate content, it follows the guide. So if you include a few steps, the output gets much, much better. So, but yeah, to answer the question, yes, it does factor in, your channel and your platform.
Mhm.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I mean, this is Tina's profile. What should we do first? Your target audience, I believe, is like this. Your content specifically trailer to resonate with Christian families and their values. Is that right, Tina?
Is that right, Tina?
Yes, I think I think it might be thrown off a little bit with the gentleman that did my website, added the coloring pages and puzzles and stuff like that for something fun to do. But I am not merchandising any of that kind of stuff at this point.
Those are more
I'm
like
just-
lead magnets
just-
and
yes.
freebies.
Yes.
Okay. Says what the key product here is: Bacon loves everyone, promotes Christian values, love, kindness, and belonging. Tina, you mentioned that you really want help figuring out what to post, right? And coming up with ideas and being able to create those posts. So why don't we see if we can get some examples based on what this already knows about Tina?
Yeah, I will reiterate like everything that's here in Project Insights. If you change this, like, if you can edit this to be whatever you are, like, let's say you're going to push a new book or new product, you just put that summary here, like, about the new product. So then everything else you do in the dashboard is gathering information from there. So that is like the source of truth. If anything is wrong in the intelligence, then everything downstream is gonna be, wrong.
Right.
So
So if it developed something that was needed tweaking, like having the idea that she's selling puzzles and things like that would need to be corrected so that it can generate the correct information there forward.
exactly.
Okay.
So, but yeah, right now, if you just want some ideas for, what should I give me some
Ideas for Facebook posts. And then once you got the ideas, you're able to then say, let's generate number 1, 5, and 7. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, you should be able. So, like, there's a number, but yeah, it's just giving you some engaging content,
Bacon
promoting.
Bits Book Club.
That's cute. I love that it does the hashtags because I so do not get the hashtags.
Let's dive deeper into Ask Bacon Bits. So it has a chat interface that you can keep doing it. But again, I would say, like, if you have decided on one project, so let's say, hey, you have decided I will be doing this series for the next 1 month or 2 months, then you actually turn it into a project and generate a guide of how to do this project, and then start talking to our AI, and the output is even better. So the format options are, you could be doing live sessions, you could be doing pre-recorded videos, or you can be doing text-based Q&A. And promoting Ask Bacon, you have to create a dedicated graphic or banner to announce the feature that Ask Bacon Bits is coming. So again, it's a step-by-step process.
If you have this program, is this linked to your website, or just by putting in your website information, it generates this?
So right now it only has crawled your website and found all this information. And again, that's where the intelligence is. So this information has been, through your website. So whatever it crawled from the website, it figured this stuff out. And this is the stuff that it is using to now give you ideas.
You do competitor analysis. I'll click on that. With that, I wonder if that would be helpful. Oh, wow, look at that.
I don't know if this is your competitor, but so again, we did not think about book publishers. It was more about, tech companies. So they have competitors, and we do competitor analysis. Now, I don't know if this veggietales.com is your competitor, or how
Well, it
does
is a content for the same target audience.
yeah. So
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, we do competitor analysis and some basic stuff.
I was just thinking, you have it specified for Facebook, you can specify for other social media platforms. How often do you keep up with the algorithmic changes? Like, they take YouTube, for example. YouTube used to prioritize different things. Now it prioritizes like longer form content. The meta changes. And I know this is a new company and you probably have everything going as it is now, but I just wanted to say that that'd be a priority going forward. Would you keep an eye on that?
So, I mean, as a company, yes, I mean, that would have to be one of our focus. I mean, we haven't set up a frequency of when we will make such major updates to, like, especially when it comes to like Google SEO updates, etc. Samar, do you have an answer for that?
These things should like periodically update for sure, but if you know for sure that some things have changed, you can actually just ask marketing GPT to do a web search and get the latest changes and get a summary of that. It should be able to do that, unless if there's some issue and it's not working properly, please feel free to contact us. I think you should show how they can contact us through intercom as well, Tarun. But if you can raise the request, and we will put it on our priority list, and as soon as we get to it, we'll sort it for everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, if someone from the user bring it up to us that, hey, this looks outdated, then of course we'll do it right away. We are still a very small team, so cannot make promises on we'll be updating it like as soon as some new update happens. We have our intercom here on the top right, so you can always send us a message. We reply pretty fast.
They have been very kind to be here today and to walk through this, and I think this has a lot of potential for authors. So I'm very grateful for you being here and appreciate it. Right out of the box, this is very helpful, and I'll be following up with Tarun and coming up with some ideas around pricing. Perhaps we'll do something with my particular group in mind, and then we can go from there. Tarun, let's go and make sure that that they understand where they can go to get their trial and get things going. So it's waxwing.ai. It's there in the comments, waxwing.ai, and put in some information about your website. If you don't have a website yet, upload some information that maybe it's your marketing plan or your press kit, so that it understands everything that you're working on and can have the knowledge to help you move forward. And then just play around with it. It'll get easier the more you play. Thank you again, gentlemen, Samar and Tarun.
Thank
We
you.
really
Thank you.
appreciate your time together.